Greetings to all, and welcome to my channel. I trust that you are all enjoying a splendid day. Before we commence, kindly take a moment to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. Jacqueline MacInnes reveals how Steffy really feels about firing Hope on Bold and the Beautiful. Does Steffy have regrets? Jacqueline MacInnes dished on what Hope's archnemesis is really thinking. Steffy made a mistake by firing Hope on the Bold and the Beautiful. She didn't give Hope time to explain herself, but Steffy was convinced that Hope was hitting on her man. She willingly gave her the pink slip and asked Hope for the future. Jacqueline MacInnes spoke out about the controversial firing. She revealed whether Steffy is having any second thoughts and teased what she feels about her father's unexpected support. Post-firing regret? In her interview with Soaps.com, MacInnes weighed in on the matter. She believes that Steffy thinks the situation totally justifies the means. Her character won't have any regrets, even when she eventually learns that Hope, Annika Noel, wasn't waiting for Finn, Tanner Novlin, and sexy lingerie. There will be a time when Steffy learns about Hope's relationship with Carter, Lawrence St. Victor. She'll finally put the pieces together and see why Carter has been a big fan of Hope for the future. MacInnes teased that there will be a big and very intense moment that will be packed with lots of twists, some of which even Steffy don't expect. Father knows best. Steffy also wishes she could send Brooke, Catherine Kelly Lang, out the door. I would be lying if I said no, MacInnes said. However, she should blame her father, Ridge, Thorsten Kaye, for starting the Logan Forrester war, but she willingly supports him no matter what. MacInnes suggested that, deep down, Steffy only blames Brooke for everything. She also believes that her on-screen persona is over the moon about having her father's support with the firing. She added, she feels very grounded and very strong as co-CEO with Ridge's support. Eric, John McCook, tried to convince Steffy to reconsider her decision. The B&B star explained that while Steffy respects her grandfather, she is still the spitting image of her grandmother and will never back down on her decisions. For over 3 decades, The Bold and the Beautiful has been a soap opera staple, consistently offering drama, romance, and conflict set against the glamorous backdrop of Los Angeles. Among the show's most iconic characters are Steffy Forrester, played by Jacqueline MacInnes and Hope Logan, portrayed by Annika Noel. The two women have had a complicated relationship that has shifted from being rivals to uneasy allies, often centered around the Forrester family's fashion empire, family dynamics, and, most recently, their ongoing personal and professional battles. One of the more significant plot points in recent months has revolved around Steffy's role in the decision to fire Hope from the Forrester Creations line. This decision sent shockwaves through the soap opera world, but the emotions behind it were far from simple. Jacqueline MacInnes recently opened up in an interview, revealing Steffy's true feelings about firing Hope and what it means for their future. The backdrop: Steffy and Hope's tense relationship. Steffy and Hope's history is filled with rivalry and competition, much of which centers around their mutual connection to the Forrester family, particularly Steffy's brother, Liam Spencer. Over the years, their personal lives have been intertwined in the most dramatic of ways: love triangles, misunderstandings, and shifting alliances. But it isn't just romantic drama that has defined their relationship. It's also been a professional battle, especially when it comes to their roles at Forrester Creations. As daughters-in-law of the Forrester family, Steffy and Hope have each tried to carve out their place in the company, with Steffy as a top executive and Hope working her way into a more prominent role in the design department. However, the two women's professional aspirations often conflict, as Hope's more idealistic vision for the company clashes with Steffy's more pragmatic and, at times, ruthless approach to business. This conflict came to a head when Steffy made the controversial decision to fire Hope from her position as co-creator of the Hope for the Future line. It was a move that stunned not only the characters within the show, but the viewers as well. After all, Hope had been a mainstay in the fashion world at Forrester Creations for years, and her designs had become synonymous with the company's image. Jacqueline MacInnes insight into Steffy's actions. In an exclusive interview, Jacqueline MacInnes opened up about Steffy's mindset during this pivotal moment. While many viewers might see Steffy's actions as cold or calculated, MacInnes offered a more nuanced perspective, revealing that Steffi's decision was far from easy, despite how it may have appeared on screen. MacInnes began by addressing the weight of Steffi's role as a businesswoman. She explained that Steffy has always been fiercely dedicated to Forrester Creations and its legacy, but in recent years, the company has struggled with competing interests and shifting market demands. Steffy has always been someone who puts the family and business first, but she also knows that being a Forrester means making tough decisions. MacInnes explained, "For Steffy, it's not about personal animosity toward Hope. It's about what's best for the company and, more importantly, what's best for her family's legacy." The decision to fire Hope, according to MacInnes was not a personal vendetta, but rather a reflection of Steffi's commitment to the company. She saw Hope's vision for the future as outdated, and she felt that Forrester needed to evolve. She's trying to navigate Forrester into the next generation, which sometimes means making unpopular decisions, the actress said. This line of thinking helps to contextualize Steffi's actions in a broader sense. It's not about pitting herself against Hope personally, but rather about securing the future of the company that she holds dear. However, Jacqueline also emphasized that Steffy is not a cold-hearted character. Far from it. Steffy is not heartless. She feels the weight of her decisions deeply. Firing Hope was not something she wanted to do, but she also felt that it was necessary for Forrester to move forward, MacInnes confessed. She's in a very delicate position, trying to balance family loyalty, business, and her own moral compass. The fallout, how Steffy feels about firing Hope. After the firing, Steffy was faced with significant backlash, both from her family and from Hope herself. Many fans were surprised by how Steffy handled the aftermath, showing vulnerability and regret for what had transpired. It was a side of Steffy that viewers hadn't seen much of in recent years, as the character had grown into a more hardened, ambitious figure. In her interview, Jacqueline MacInnes reflected on Steffy's inner turmoil. She noted that Steffy didn't make the decision lightly and that it's eating her up inside, even though she believes it was necessary. There's a part of Steffy that regrets the way it was done, MacInnes explained. She doesn't like seeing Hope hurt, and she certainly doesn't like the tension it's caused between them. But at the end of the day, Steffy is a pragmatist. She made the choice she felt was best for her business and her family. It's just hard for her to reconcile that with her personal feelings. This internal conflict is central to Steffy's character development, and MacInnes acknowledged that it would take time for Steffy to fully come to terms with her actions. Steffy is a very complex person. She's not just a villain or a hero. She's someone who struggles with the consequences of her decisions, and she will have to face that, MacInnes explained. There will be moments where she questions if it was worth it or if she went too far. While Steffy's actions have caused a rift between her and Hope, there's also the question of how this impacts her relationships within the Forrester family. In particular, Steffy's dynamic with her brother, Thomas Forrester, and her father, Ridge Forrester, will be critical in the coming episodes. MacInnes hinted that Steffy's decision to fire Hope will reverberate beyond just the Hope-Steffy dynamic. This is a decision that could have long-term consequences for Steffy's standing within the family. She might not get immediate approval, but she's doing what she thinks is right, the actress teased. What's next for Steffy and Hope? So, what's next for Steffy and Hope? As MacInnes pointed out, the rivalry between the two women is far from over. Hope is a strong woman. She's not going to let this defeat her. She will fight back, and that's something Steffy knows all too well, MacInnes said. The battle between them will continue, but in a way that's more complex and layered than before. It's clear that the tension between Steffy and Hope is poised to intensify, but so too is the possibility for growth and change. The lines between right and wrong, loyalty and ambition, have never been more blurred for Steffy. MacInnes revealed that Steffy will soon face challenges that will force her to reevaluate her actions and decisions, particularly when it comes to her family. She's a woman who's trying to do the right thing in a world that doesn't always make that easy. The next few months will be about her reckoning with that, she teased. One thing is certain. Fans of the bold and the beautiful can expect more drama, more heartache, and more of Steffy's internal struggle as she navigates the aftermath of firing Hope. Jacqueline MacInnes promises that Steffy's journey will be one that keeps audiences on the edge of their seats. We're just getting started, she said with a knowing smile. Conclusion: Jacqueline MacInnes Wood's revelations about Steffy's feelings toward firing Hope offer a glimpse into the emotional complexity of a character that many viewers have long admired. Steffy Forrester is not simply a businesswoman making tough decisions. She is a woman torn between her love for her family and her ambition to protect the legacy of Forrester Creations. Firing Hope was not a decision made lightly, and Steffy's internal struggle will likely continue to resonate with fans as the storyline unfolds. In true soap opera fashion, the drama is far from over, and Steffy's future, both personally and professionally, remains uncertain. One thing is for sure: whatever comes next, it's bound to be explosive.